I'm gonna share my screen just so that we're all on the same page with this. So this is our partnership page. This is one example of a partnership page. We added a page, like I said, so I just wanted to show you that piece. But if we go back, here's the Lightsville Center page. And then our partnership at a glance. If you go to about and contacts with this, this is where we put in about the partner. There are many partners that do not have this particular piece of information. So this comes from our initial agreement that we had with Globe when we applied to become a Globe partner. We essentially just copied and pasted what we had for that. And then we have all the contacts that are affiliated with our partnership. The other thing is we did add this page called activities. So if we go to that page, and this is the one I was talking about.
Hey, Jen.
Yeah.
Can you go back to how you got into that page? Is that the one that we edit?
She was just showing us an example of a partner page.
Of a finished page.
So,
you
yes.
Can't edit it.
No, not yet. I can't edit it yet.
Oh, okay.
This is just my finished page. So I was just showing you an example. So then we have our 2021 highlights, and this came from our yearbook, and then our 2020 highlights and our 2019 and 2018 and 2017. So these are the yearbook entries that we made. Some of them are better than others because we did more. So we were able to add a little more description to that. And then we also have our resources page, and our resources page, these are some of the things that we have done over our time as a Globe partnership. So we have these scope and sequence models, and then we have the earth around us, the soil tent. I'm actually not sure why those two things are in there, but they are, the e-training and the elementary globe.
The reason that we put those in was because we, on some of our flyers, we QR code to this page. And so it just gets people somewhere where they can kind of navigate to a few places around the website.
Awesome. Thank you, Haley. Haley is in charge of our site. So she should actually be doing the tour probably. And then we have our other news events. These are our publications. So this is a publication that came out that has to do with our particular center. And so this is Elizabeth Burkowski's paper in here. And then we have carbon cycle resources because our team at the University of New Hampshire had a lot to do with the carbon cycle resources. Okay, so if we go back to the poll, I'm just going to stop share. And in the poll, one of the things we wanted to do, there was adding extra pages with activities, 12 people for that, and adding and updating the about section with a description. So I think we should start with that one, with the updating the about section, and then go to adding pages, so that we start with the beginner one and then we go to adding extra pages, and then with extra time we will also do adding and removing people affiliated with your partnership. So Roller, could you take us through slowly so people can follow along, adding and updating the about section?
Sure. So who wants to volunteer? Because I can help edit one of your pages as you. One thing I can do at the help desk is look up your account, and then I can basically control the website as if I were you. So that allows me to help debug problems with the website and your user account. But in this case, it'd be easier to since I can do everything on the website, it'd be better if I was actually a partner so that I could see the website through a partner. So does somebody want to give me their name and I'll look them up?
I'll volunteer.
Okay. Is that David?
So it'd be Wayne Risa? Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull you up and then I'm just gonna be you. So now this is what the website looks like when you're logged in. So you should be able to go to your if you go to your My Page, right from your My Page, you should be able to see, I'm just gonna copy this in case I need it, this help desk thing. But right on your My Page, you should see the link to your partnership. So you can just click on that. And here it is. So usually this menu is closed, but keep an eye on this. This is the new icon for the menu. So when we're talking about managing pages and managing things, the first step is find this icon and click on it from after you've already landed on the page. So just first make sure you're at the page and scroll down a little to see if this looks like it. Yep, like Jen was showing, it says partner at a glance. So this definitely looks like the partner page. And so once you're on the page, then you can click on this menu. And that'll pull up the side options over here. And within that, you should have this site builder and this pages. So if you go to pages from site builder, you're going to see all the pages. First of all, you have this public pages, and then that's just naturally, it should have something to the right of it, which is your page. So if you click on this, you're going to see another menu pop up that has, you know, your about page, your school. And since we're doing about, let's just click on the about page. So you click about, and there's nothing below it. That's why it pulled up this to show you if there's anything underneath that page. So this page exists underneath your partnership, and that's it. So to edit it, we just go to the menu here, and let's view the page. We don't have to change any of these other settings. We just want to view it first. But that'll kind of give you an idea of where the page lives and sort of how to find it. Because some of the pages, if you don't have it marked as public, you'll only be able to see it from that back menu and not on this menu. And the other reason why I showed you that before I show you how to edit a page, the other reason why I showed you this site builder version is because if you notice the ordering of your pages isn't how you want it, you can always just click right here and rearrange the order of the page. And when you go back to viewing the page, you'll see that the order here on the left has reflected that change. So that's sort of like the main control of the page. Just so you know, this is really where you would go about rearranging the page. And if there was a page that you wanted to add here, you would just click this plus button, and we could do that later. But I just wanted to show you that that's sort of the general outline of how pages work. So if you view the page, now we can get into editing pages and all that. So once you're viewing a page, you'll see when I highlight the content, this thing pops up right here that says web content display. That's the website's way of showing you.
Hey, Roller.
Yeah.
I was following along, but I didn't see where web content display came on. I went to view the page again.
Okay.
I viewed the page, and then I see it like that. How did you get that? Oh, you have to scroll. Oh, I see. You have to scroll down to get that, or take your mouse down.
Yeah. I'm just moving my mouse around, and it sort of just pops up automatically. I didn't really have to do anything for that. It's just part of the system. And let me be you again. There we go. Now I'm you. Yeah. So when you mouse over, then you'll see you have something that wasn't there before. And what's not there is these 3 dots and then these 3 dots. So the gray ones and the blue ones. And you'll have to click on both of them to figure out which ones they are. The blue ones is the one you want. The gray one is something that you don't need to mess with any of these options. So If you're looking for edit and you don't see it, then just try the other 3 dots. And then what you want is edit web content. And that'll take you to a place where you can actually edit what you see in this area right here. So if we click edit, it's going to load a website editor. It looks like this. And if you want more space, you can always close this menu. We can open it again later, but if you close the menu, this can always just be open and closed, but it just gives you that little bit more space to work in. And you don't really need to worry about this information over here on the right, this properties section. What you're mostly interested in is just here on the left. So how you would add content is if this didn't already have something here, you would add a title by just, so it would be blank if you didn't already have anything. You would just click here and start typing. So and then if you were to highlight that text, you'll see as soon as you highlight something, this word like editor thing pops up. So it wasn't there before when I was typing, but when I highlighted, then it appeared. So that's where you could change from page title to like to normal text. So if you just wanted to type normal text instead of having it look like the page title, or if it was normal text and you wanted it to look like a page title, then you could just click page title. Or page header. Those are the ones that are the different size for making headers. So let's just do a page title, and now we've got that orange color, and then we can start typing the content for the page. And then since that's looking like a title, let's just highlight that again and change this to normal. And now we can continue with our edit. And what you might be wondering is, okay, that's text, that's fine, but what about if I wanted to do a picture? So first we'd have to have a picture. If you can, you know, I highly recommend this website, unsplash.com, because what it is it's a community of photographers that share all their pictures, and they let you use the pictures, and you don't have to attribute the picture to the person that shared it here. You can, but it's not a requirement. So you're allowed to basically use their pictures. So if you just wanted like some grass and you wanted to find like a really nice grass photo or something, you could always just come here and download that for free. And when you come back to your page, if you want to add that to your page, now that I've downloaded it, it's on my computer, my downloads folder. But I would just go to wherever on the page that I wanted it. So maybe I want it on the left here. And I would just click this plus that was always here. That one doesn't, you don't have to highlight anything. That if you notice that that plus was just always there, and it kind of follows where you're editing, it'll just like appear, it'll just move itself around. But if I were to click on that, it just shows you a couple icons, and this one's a picture. And if you hold your mouse over it, it'll tell you what it is. So it says insert image. So that's what we're going to do. And these other ones are a little different. You know, that's for like a YouTube video. This one's for like a table. And this one's for just like a line. I can show you what a line looks like. It's basically just these little divider lines. But since we want a picture, we can just click plus and then this insert image icon. And now it's going to ask you to select the file. And since we don't already have the file somewhere, it says we can just drag and drop. So a cool thing that you can do is, since you already downloaded it and it's just sitting right here in this little bar, you can hit select file and go to your downloads folder, but you can always just drag from here to here as a shortcut. And if it's not listed in the left bar here, at the bottom bar here anymore, for whatever reason, you can do the same thing from a downloads menu too. You can just drag and drop from there. You don't always have to hit the select button and go searching for it. So drag and drop is nice. Once it's finished loading, which might take a second, depending on the day or your internet connection, then you can just click add. And that'll put it on the page, and it'll make it pretty big. depending on how big the picture is. So if you want to change the size of the picture, if you were to click on it, you'll see that it has these little squares all over the place. And it also has these, if you scroll up, you can see it has this left, center, right. Do you want there to be a link when someone clicks on it? And then is there an alt text that you want to put on there for just for usability? So you could say grassy field with blue sky, and you know, is that a little bit of clouds? What are those contrails?
Contrails.
Yep. So then we would just say, okay, so they can add that alternate text. We can say we wanted this to the left, so the text goes to the right, and then we can grab this little guy and make him quite a bit smaller so that the text sort of shows up to the left there. I mean, on the right. And that's how you would get it kind of looking more like that. And then we could always just hit enter, click here and push enter a few times to move that text back where it was. And now our content will be to the right. And we can just kind of move it around, and that's basically what you would do. And then you hit publish. So once you have it how you want it, you just click publish over here, this blue button, and that's your page is updated. And you'll notice that there was a little more space on the actual page than in my editor. So it's a good idea to publish and then go and look at your changes to see if it looks how you wanted it to look, or if you need to go back in and edit it again and maybe take out, see, like, I don't know why it had so many extra spaces there, but we could always just delete one of those and then publish and see what that looks like. There we go. So
so I still haven't figured out how you, so I went to the site builder, then you go to pages, right?
yeah, that's the site builder was to help navigate to the page.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how did you get to where you are now then?
There's multiple ways. You can just click on the link from your partner page over here in the side menu.
Yeah.
But from the site builder specifically, there's a menu that says view.
Yeah, I got to view,
Okay.
but it still doesn't let me do anything.
Oh, okay. Then let's check your account. So I'm going to go in here to edit web content real quick and put this back how it was. And then we'll pull up your account. Let's see, publish. Okay, so I'm going to go.
And so, Mike, you're logged in. Is that?
Yes.
And so I wonder which site are you trying to
Tyler.
edit? Tyler. Okay.
and
Because
what's
you
the
need
last
to
name?
have permission to edit your partnerships page. So I hope that that is not the issue, because that would be bad.
Is it Odell? Okay. So let's just, first of all, I'll just impersonate his account and we'll go to my page.
It let me add the about the partner, but it didn't let me, when I go to edit, I can't type in the box or anything.
Okay. Let's see. So about.
That's the other group.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. That's, you'll notice you have okay, web content display is the one we want.
Yeah, I'm not in that account though. I'm in the other account.
Oh,
That one runs on my Gmail. This one runs on UT Tyler.
oh, okay. That might be the problem. Okay, so what's your other one?
model@uttyler.edu.
Okay. Okay, let's try that one. Okay. So now we'll go to my page and university and ODU again. Okay, so we'll go to about and the web content display, and then the 3 dots and edit.
Oh wait, the 3 dots where?
There's 2 sets of 3 dots, and when the page is very small like this, with only that one header, it is very hard, as you notice, that the web content display is just very small. It's only when your mouse is over these words. When your mouse goes over the word contact, a different thing pops up. It says,
Okay, so,
you would just want to go slightly above
oh,
that
I see.
web, and then you want to go to these blue dots, which that's probably where.
All right, there you go. Okay, I see how to do it now.
Oh yeah, that's probably the hardest part is the way that this website works is it divides everything into these little blocks. Some of them have special functionality like adding a contact and things like that, and other ones are just about web content, and they can be rearranged if you click and drag them. So that's kind of like if you wanted this down here at the bottom. If you are having trouble clicking it, you can just drag it down here to the bottom temporarily to make it easier, so it's not interfering with that other one like it was. And then when you're done.
All right, well, I see how to do it now. That was all I was trying to figure out.
No worries. And then you can move it back up here like that. So they are drag and droppable. Okay.
I'm in the same place and I'm trying to figure out how to change my address because we're moving back to our building. And even though I'm going in the same office, they renumbered them.
Okay. The okay, so that's a good question. So you go to menu, and then you go to manage users and organizations, and then you have to click that again. Users and organizations. And that'll load the tool that lets you edit addresses and stuff. So the default page that it shows you is users, but the other one is organization. So that's the one that you're gonna want to go to. That'll show you all the organizations that you have access to and their type. So these are all school, and we're looking for the partnership type. So that's, if we go here to type, we can just say type partner. So we don't have to search through all these. And there's all the partnership. So if we click on it, we're probably gonna have to use the menu, I guess. Okay, if you click on it, the menu kind of comes and hides up here, way up here in the corner. But if you click on this up here in the corner, then you can click on edit. So we're at the University of Texas Tyler, and we're clicking edit. And this is where you're on general, which is like the name and the year you joined Globe and the Lat Long. So you're probably going to update the Lat Long if you change the address. And you don't need to know the elevation. If you just put in the latitude, longitude, and you click on get Lat Long from map, that'll do that for you. Otherwise, if you don't want to go look up the Lat Long, you can click this get Lat Long from address, but you'd have to update the address first. So I'll show you how to do that. The address is actually the first page that loads when we clicked edit on that partnership type organization.
Roller,
Yeah.
can I just hold on 1 second? I just want to just clarify one thing, because the way to update any addresses or anybody for your partnership is you have to go into the users and organizations in order to do that, because it automatically pulls from this space to put it on your partnership spot, right? So
Yeah.
What some people would do is edit here by adding in text, and you don't want to do that. Instead, you want to add the contact, and that draws from the database.
Yep, that's the big difference between a web content display and then these special other type of fields. Is these ones actually come from the database, and the database, the only way you can really update it, the entry in the database, is to actually go to the object or the thing, the partner organization itself, and edit it.
Okay, if you go back to where you were, where you had Mike Odell's information.
Sure.
If Mike Odell wanted to edit this because he had a different PO box, where would he go to do that?
Okay, so he would go here to menu, manage users, and there's always multiple ways to do things, but I'll just show you the way that works every time.
Okay.
Because sometimes these fancy things that they add are more fancy than they are functional. And this way that I'm showing you works every time. So you go to manage users, users organizations, and your first is the users one, but we want the organizations one. So we go to organizations, we're going to see we had the partner. So we would use the menu on the partner one and click edit. And the first section that loads is general, but the one that has the address is contact. So if we click contact, you'll see there's the PO box. So you click these three dots to edit. And that's where you get the text field like you would expect, where you can put this, the street, change the PO box, the city, region, and then when you click save, then the database knows that's the new address for this organization.
Okay, somewhere I'm still lost in all of that. I'm getting to my, I think I'm in my partner page, but I'm not even really sure.
With this particular edit, you don't have to be on your partner page. You just open the menu, which looks like this. So if you see this square with a line next to it, that's the menu. And then you should see manage. It's like a little foldy.
Yeah.
Thing. And then you can see users and organizations that also opens and closes. And
Okay.
then you want the users and organizations the second time. And
Okay, and then do I choose myself or do I choose the partner?
Up here across the top, you'll see users and then organizations. So you're automatically loading a list of users, so you don't need to choose any of them. You just want to go up here to the top and click organization.
Okay, and then I'm getting lost. I'm going over. I'm going through the alphabetical list. Okay, and then when I get to the partner, what do I do?
There's three dots all the way to the right that you
okay
click, and then click edit.
Okay, but I don't see an address there. So is it then do I have to change? Is it me instead rather than the partner?
I can check your account, but you would change from general to contact.
Oh.
And then that's where the address is.
Okay, I see it. I missed that step somewhere going to contact.
Yes. Just always try and keep an eye on these sub menus, because they always default to loading something and then there's another option usually.
Okay, thank you.
Got it. Yep, so that's how you would update an address, just so you know, and then also contact information like phone numbers that show on the page and websites. And then even, I guess they have opening hours. I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently if you click add, it might let you add, yeah, you can add opening hours if you wanted to. Okay, so that's kind of how you would control, just make sure you go to both of the tabs and you can click through to see what the different information on it is. And if you're curious on if you're editing the right one, this organization site has this open public page. If you click on that, it'll take you to that partner page, and that'll make you aware of what organization you're actually editing, just so you can double check that this is the right one. And then you can see, okay, about contacts. All right, and that's where the change would go. So the other way that we can try, but sometimes it doesn't work, is they've added this little paper with a pencil on it to the contacts widget, I guess you would call this. And if you click on that, it is asking you, so it's looking at this information from the organization and it's showing you what was selected. And at the bottom down here, it says edit org profile. So that should take you to that same edit page. Let's see, edit org profile. Yeah, it takes you to the same page, and then you can come over here to contact. So if you wanted a shortcut there, that's a way of doing it. But that's your two ways, I guess, of you can either do the manage users, organizations, find the partnership and click edit, or you can just use this this way that had the little edit button, and then you scroll down and click on edit org profile, and then that showed this thing. But the reason why I didn't show you this way specifically was because if you come back to the page, you'll notice that it has a strange message, and it's asking you to reload data, and if the profile is modified, please reload this page, and there's two options, and you're wondering if you should click it or not. So it does get a little more complicated if you go this route, just because there's so many options and checkboxes and things like that, and update buttons. So it's a little more cumbersome, and you might accidentally click the X, and then you might have, then it'd be gone. And so you might not want to use these little buttons. That's kind of my thing. Yeah. So that's how you would change the address, and that's how you'd edit a partner page with a picture. And that website again was unsplash.com. If you want to get, I could put that in the chat if you're curious. But this is a pretty cool community.
So just a couple things, just
Sure.
From my end, as in my role, sometimes people go to our website, and so they will look and scroll down and they'll see New Hampshire, and they'll click on our partnership. And one of the things we want them to see when they come to our partnership is that we have the about filled out, and that, I hate to say it, but we have pictures of who's in our partnership, and they're not empty spaces. There's no option that I know of in Globe when you put people in as part of your partnership to not have that little empty picture show up. So it would be great, and this is one of the things, at least for us on our end, that we're really trying to do, is when we add people to our partnership, that they're a part of our partnership with a picture and an active profile, because it is definitely, you look more active when you have your about filled out and your activities filled out and things like that, and it looks like you're an actual person. So that is definitely something that I know that the Leitzel Center, we want to do, because when you go to our page, there are a number of people affiliated with our partnership that don't have pictures, and so then they don't look active. And we want to make sure that our partnership looks active when people go there. So there's a lot of times when we added a whole bunch of people to our partnership, and then I thought maybe we shouldn't have, because they're only part of a workshop and not necessarily part of our partnership. So I would just caution you to think about that as you are adding people. And there's a number of people that don't want their pictures up, and so avatars would work fine. But just keep that in mind as you're creating your pages, especially as we go forward with really trying to highlight the work of different partnerships. A lot of times Haley will write a story about a number of Globe partners that are doing work. She links to your partnership page, and sometimes the partnership page is blank. That doesn't look great for a story, because it says you're doing something, but then when people go there, there's nothing there.
Okay.
So it's just something to think about as we move forward and we try and improve these partnership pages.
Right. And this subtitle and this picture, that's going to all be added when you first make sure you're signed in, but then you click on your picture. Let me move this talking thing. You click on your picture, and you can click on account settings, and that's where you're going to see you can change your picture, and the job title is what's going to show up in that subheading. And then when you're done, you just click on save. So that was just account settings.
We have 5 minutes left, and we can definitely stay a little longer because I know we only got through like one of our questions and one of our things that we were going to work on. But we will send out this recording. We will also send out the links to the other tutorials and videos on these things, including, I see, Christy, you have, could I learn how to assign someone to more than one organization? And we definitely have tutorials on how to assign people to different places. So we can definitely send that as a follow-up to this for everybody that is following on. We can also send out the links to answer the other questions that we had in our poll. So people can make sure they get those as well. So you, Roller, are you working through that?
Yeah, I was showing him. So Mike, if you go to your users organizations, you're going to see a list of a bunch of people, and you'll notice that you have the edit option. This will bring you to that same account settings page, but you could do it for somebody. So if you wanted to update Alyssa's picture, you just click change, give a picture, and click save.
Thanks.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem.
Thanks. When I've asked them to, I have some people that I've asked to do that have not done it. So I didn't know you could do it for them. I'll just do it for them.
Yeah, as the partner, you have this ability. These other people can't go and edit anybody else's page, but partners have special permission on the website to do
And
so.
they're almost godlike permissions. Right?
Yes, yeah. You're the only difference between you and help desk is I can do that to you. You can't do that to me. But you could do that to the people under you, basically. You know, and then assign user would be how you would you can start basically with the organizations. You can load up your organization list and click assign user, and you can see all the users and you can check them and they're part of that organization. So you just have to do that for one organization at a time. Or the other way around, you could go to the user themselves and click on edit, and then it has this organization tab, and that's where you can go and look up another organization from the select thing and hit choose. It'll put it as another organization and you click save. All right.
And then that's also where you can assign roles.
Yep.
So that's the other piece to this is Haley has the assigned role of our manager of our partnership. That means she can edit our page. In a school, if you have 6 teachers, you can assign one of them as just at the school, or you can assign them one as the manager. Then they can update the school page. So that's the permission level there.
Yeah. Yep, and these ones do get a little confusing, the names of these. But basically the ones you want is, if you want them to edit content, give them content contributor. If you want them to manage the organization and everything, this is just a reminder that this is the same thing partners and CCs and stuff can do, but just for that one organization. And that'll come up depending upon the organization that you select on the roles. Which, yeah, these can get a little complicated. So if you had questions, please let us know. But basically, when you click that, since there was only one organization, it automatically selected. If there was multiple ones, you would be kind of like a menu back, and you'd have to click on the certain school, and then you can say, okay, I want this person to be able to manage the people at the school, but also to manage the page. So you would have to choose that one, and then you'd also have to come and choose that one. So they would be organization manager and organization content contributor for the DuPont school. And this won't come into effect until you click save. If I click cancel, it didn't make any changes and I don't have to go worry about that.
Is everyone overwhelmed?
But don't worry, because I have a thing on my computer where I can record my screen. And when you send me a message to the help desk saying, hey, how do I do this? I'll literally do the exact same thing like I'm doing right now, except it'll just be me and you, or it'll just be me by myself pretending like you're there. And I'll just tell you exactly what to do, and I'll show you, and then you'll have the video. You could just keep rewinding and watch it, and yeah.
So is everyone's pages done?
Roller, thanks a ton.
Yeah, no problem. You're welcome.
It was great.
Yeah, I like to show you the way that works every time, not the fancy way that the new way with all the extra options, because there's too many options sometimes, and you just want to know how to do the basic stuff sometimes.
Well, we thought this was a good water cooler time anyway, because even if you didn't need Roller's assistance, it gave you 1 hour of maybe the next year that you have to work on your partnership page. So, or when Alicia, you get that email from Alicia saying, please update your partnership page. These are the people that are in your partnership that you have listed. Is this correct? You'll remember this moment and make those updates accordingly.